Was it? I think Nyx had a sick dodge here too, but whatever. I mean, Roger felt like he was the only one who really did anything that match for him, honestly. Like, he gave him good vision. The biggest thing, man, Matumba, man, unlike him. The best part, like, not even all the kills he's getting, how he scouts with those wolves. Yeah. Like, Kuroki was up on the hill, and Roger was behind him. Oh! Roger was behind him, and you think they're going to get a kill on that Wyvern, and then, you just don't, because the wolves scouted out everyone else. Yeah, who do we have picked? Anyone?
The body blocks in the beginning as well with the wolves.
Oh, around the Roche pit? Yeah, that was sick.
Yep.
Goodness gracious. You guys are chatty Cathy's today.
Before we get into the draft there, it has started. We're in the bans. But do you agree with Navi going the aggressive tri lane? We talked a little bit about it as well. It's like you give the 1v1 to mind control with the Queen of Pain.
And Beastmaster did win the lane, but I mean, Quap still got levels. It's not like you did anything with your advantage.
Yeah, exactly. And if you put a defensive tri lane and they run a off-lane Queen of Pain, it's way weaker. And if they force the 1v1, then Liquid have to do the aggressive tri lane, so they're at a disadvantage. So I did not agree with that.
All right, you chatty Cathy's. Let's move on to the next game. We've seen enough from the spanking of last game.
Who got picked, Slack?
I'm telling you right now. We've got a Earth Spirit
on who?
As our first pick. That's going to be for Team Liquid, which is on Dire side.
Team Liquid, so that's going to be your roamer here, right up in the river.
It's GH.
Undying Beastmaster and, strangely enough, Magnus banned out. A Lone Druid, a Winter Wyvern, and a Lycan.
Oh, so they banned a Lycan and the Lone Druid targeted against Matumba. Do you agree with this? You target Matumba bans?
I don't. I mean, what do you do? Do you target Matumba? Do you target GH? Those seem to be the two. I don't know.
You can't specifically try to get rid of people on Liquid. They have too big of a hero pool.
So what do you do? You just don't ban anything?
You pick your heroes you want, and then you ban heroes that are good against.
Who else got picked here?
All right, so it's Vengeful Enchantress being picked.
Well, there's the Enchantress.
So, as you said before, right, you pick Venge in the first phase.
And we're going to put him in the safe lane core again.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And then Enchantress, I mean, they play him 4 mostly, right? They don't really off-lane him, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, it could be both, but I think Navi would be a team that plays him more of a 4.
So we'll just put him, you know, I think he likes starting in the jungle over here, actually on the Radiant side, which could confuse people, but oh well.
Death Prophet coming up for Team Liquid as well. I think it's a pretty good hero, both against Enchantress and for the push.
Yep, and I mean, he's going middle. We're not missing this one. Can't mess that guy up.
That one's in the middle.
Actually, I think we've seen a safe lane Death Prophet.
We have.
What game was it, Slacks? You seem pretty confident.
You know, it was a good game. One of the best. Grant, you had a big problem with the Vengeful Spirit coming out early.
Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah.
Why?
Also,
first pick this time. I mean, it didn't even work out last time. Why first pick it?
I don't know. Honestly, I can only tell you why it's bad. I can't tell you why Navi thinks it's good, because that's a mindset thing, right? Like, they obviously think it is.
It comes back to what you said. It's like, pick what you're comfortable with, your game plan. Right? And I guess it's Navi's game plan to have that. Crystallize, you can kind of like stack him or do a dual lane and it's fine. Venge is not super bad in the lane, I guess.
Yeah.
But the mag ban is interesting to me. I think it's like very targeted towards Dandy, but it also limits what Navi can play for like their carry, right?
Yeah.
So no Juggernaut, no PA, stuff like that. It's less likely to be picked by Navi because of that.
So why, I'm trying to think, Death Prophet in the first phase seems weird. Like, that hero's counter, but what counters him though? I guess once she gets a Ewel's, can't really, but
yeah.
They're not, I mean, Liquid's not worried ever about losing, like, in the early game. It feels like they're just happy you get items, even if you die a lot. Like yesterday we saw they were down like 10 kills, didn't matter. They got items, they won the game. They're just better than people.
Yeah.
Fact.
It's a sad fact.
Something
sad. You don't like Liquid?
No, I mean, it's just, you know, you work really hard, you counterpick them for the early game, you put in all that work, and then they just come back anyway. But there's ways to counter Death Prophet. You know, you get some guys that can really jump on her and some guys that can finish out the game. You need some pushers. Early game pushers.
Like who? They had Beastmaster last game. He's one of the best. They had Venge. Who do you get now? Who's even better?
Paint a picture of a chance here, Grant. Please, our viewers.
Night Stalker, Grant.
Okay.
No, but I think, yeah, Night Stalker, and I think they have to give him some farm here, because I'd really like to see a Spirit Vessel coming out on Night Stalker, because it counters the Death Prophet's healing, right?
So he's going to be roaming on in the same. Wait, so they have a Night Stalker and Enchantress?
It might
off lane?
Enchantress off lane. It might be a Night Stalker. Are they keeping their options open, Grant?
That's interesting.
or something.
I like Enchantress offlane, honestly, but it doesn't seem like they do.
Yeah. We'll see.
Why are you laughing?
Nothing. I mean,
But it depends on what Liquid picks as well, right?
Yeah.
So if they pick something that's bad against Enchantress in lane, like a carry, they can run it off lane. Otherwise, you can maybe put Night Stalker there to get.
Because now it's weird. You have 3 heroes that can't. I don't think Venge can be a support anymore. I hope not, but she technically can. That's what she came up on. Those are her roots.
Yep.
The roots of a support. And now she's getting first picked as a core. Crazy.
we don't know that. It could be a real bad support. That's what Venge is all about. You pick her, and they don't know if it's a core or a support.
Wow.
Abaddon coming out.
The
Hell
NA.
yeah. I like it.
So why do you think they picked Abaddon here, Grant?
Well, let me find it first. Sorry,
How come you
finding
don't
it
ask
makes
me,
nervous.
Scriff? What the heck?
Sure.
Wait, so this is Dire, right? Yeah.
Slacks, why do you think they picked Abaddon?
He's cool looking.
All right.
Am I missing?
You're
Am I
not wrong.
crazy? Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
Abaddon could be real good. We were talking about the best way to shut down that Death Prophet is going to go while she's squishy, be able to blow her up.
There you go.
And you stop that with the shield. You stop that by throwing your body in front of her. It's a great way to protect that early game Death Prophet and ensure that pick is not going to bite you in the butt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
eat shit,
agree.
Scriff.
Good. No.
Am I crazy here?
Hello.
Wait, Sly, didn't the Dire side used to be on this side? Now I feel like I'm all messed up here.
No.
The dark side. I think I'm crazy.
Yeah, I think
Look
you've
at the
lost
map.
it.
Look at the map, Grant. Which side is darker and which
This
side
side.
is greener? Yeah. So
But
the
the
darker
radiant-
side is Dire.
Yeah, I don't think it's always been like that. I think I messed my. All right, well, we're already doomed for this, dude. So at least you see the heroes, but I definitely have already messed up. Abaddon is definitely in the off lane for Dire, so I tried to get that going.
Hey, no worries.
Wait, I think. Oh no.
No.
And
what do we got?
Viper yet again.
I mean, Viper Viper versus Death Prophet. Neither of these heroes are very killable, honestly, but they're gonna farm. Both heroes can farm up nicely.
I'm actually pretty scared with that Viper pick. I mean, I
Four
feel like
against.
no, I'm kind of against it. Team Liquid showed that they're kind of
5
preparing for this
seconds
early game attack here, and instead of changing their game plan, Na'Vi gonna stick with another kind of early game aggressor. That was their chance to think of a different strategy, evolve and adapt to the draft, and I don't know if I'm down with that.
But wait, now if Viper gets off his break on Abaddon while he's under it, his ult doesn't auto proc.
Ooh, is that true?
Yeah,
He has to do it manually,
break.
right?
He has to do it manually.
Well,
He can still do it
okay,
manually,
well,
but
that's
it won't
not a
auto
big
proc.
deal. But
No, it kind of is actually.
What if he gets stunned? If he gets stunned under it, you can still do it. Never mind.
And also,
If he makes one little mistake,
So-
for once in Mind Control's life,
wait,
could matter.
there's a talent that make it silence as well. Then he can't actually use his ult.
It's
at all.
over.
oh
They found
my
the counter.
god!
We did it.
Or
Abaddon's done.
If Night Stalker silences,
Yeah.
and he
And then
gets
that.
broken.
Please, guys, pull me XP tomes.
There you go.
I need the
There you go.
silence talent.
It could work. I mean,
I can't remember what level it is, though. If
Eh,
I think it's
20.
20 or something.
wanna
Yeah,
say
we'll
20.
see if a Viper makes it to level 20 before the game's over. It's they're one of.
Oh, there
hey!
you go.
Whoa.
I told you, suckers.
but that means,
Yeah, but look, it's with Earth Spirit, right?
God, I'm lost in the sauce or something. So, Abaddon is going to be a support then, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess.
What?
of course.
What?
Or safe.
What do you mean, of course? He hasn't been running
course.
support.
10 seconds.
He did actually a little bit ago, but almost always off lane.
I mean, I have the
5
full
seconds.
Wait, what's
full
the dark
commitment that Abaddon simply exists to make sure that Death Prophet doesn't lose. I mean, that's it.
Yeah,
So
So Dark's here on the Dire,
I'm okay with this.
which is this side now. They could just they might dual lane, right? Dark's here, Abaddon. How do you kill that lane? How do you do anything versus that lane?
you don't.
That's actually nasty.
Could be the forbidden Darkseer jungle.
Oh.
You don't jungle anymore.
Oh,
Flex.
I got mud golems. I lost. Whoops.
Well, that's why
Oh,
it's
they spawned
forbidden.
at 1 minute now.
Oh, let me get my iron talent. Oh, fudge.
Could
Shucks.
this be another Lycan game? I'm
No.
still dreaming of the
For
Lycan
Liquid?
Darkseer.
No.
Come on.
I mean,
You have 3 melees
Come
and
on.
a Death Prophet. You
5
need some
seconds
sort of ranged. Maybe not. You could just pull the MVP Phoenix and 5 melee, even though you have 1 ranged. But
I mean, technically, a wolf is ranged because it goes very far from the.
actually, in Dota 1, he is in ranged form. In wolf form, he was actually ranged, just like Pudge was a ranged character in Dota
Oh
1.
yeah, 5 melee. There you go. But what a strong melee that is. Has the ability.
Well, it's
to
4
break
melee,
on.
but yeah.
Whatever. Darkseer wall on a PA, a nasty combo, backed up by Abaddon. So
do you
she can't
clone
get
your own
bursted.
people now? With
What?
wolf?
All right, wait.
Oh, you just mean the... Oh, okay, never mind. I thought you meant like Darkseer clone, like an illusion of the PA.
Like the green wall, you know? Putting on the ball, putting on the big defense.
Oh, green wall.
Boo, boo! And a spin.
Now select your heroes.
Interesting. How are you going to have the gall to pick a PA after a Viper pick?
General Enchantress. It's looking like an offlane Enchantress.
Offlane Enchantress. Kuro is going to be on that Abaddon, confirmed.
So Sven gonna be
Crystallized Sven, safe lane.
We'll put him here.
This is just a spit in the face. The Team Na'Vi gonna pick a PA after a Viper picked, boys.
Wait, do you go aggressive here?
Oh, you're right. That is weird.
That is a spit in the face. They don't respect that Viper at all. He's a hard counter these days. Well, anyway, so there we are. There's your draft, ladies and germs.
I mean, PA is mobile enough to get out of the nether toxin.
Yeah, it is because. Okay, we should.
They don't have a lot of stuff.
I'm just thinking Liquid.
Well, actually,
yeah, same.
I feel like no matter what the draft is, honestly, Liquid is just that good right now. They're insanely good.
They play higher tempo. They do better rotations.
And now you have, I kind of do like Darkseer for once because you finally have the save and plenty of melee. So. All
right. So Liquid. I'm actually gonna go Na'Vi. I feel like they're a little too arrogant. Like they go for the Viper against the PA. Naughty stuff. Anyway, let's see if they are that dangerous. Over with Fogged and OD.
Thank you very much, Laxity. Game 2 now. Liquid versus Na'Vi. I'm Eddie Pixon here with Fogged. The game begins. What are we thinking, Fogged? Na'Vi with a slightly similar draft. There's that Bench, there's that Viper. Let's switch it up elsewhere. And Liquid, indeed, picking a PA into a draft that does pretty good against the PA. But it is Liquid, and it is Na'Vi, and we saw game 1.
Yeah, I think that they're just, like I said it last game, Liquid always seems to have like that that contingency plan. They pick this super late game hero that can do. Oh my God!
They're walking. I mean, the smoke gets dispelled. They do get a 3-man stun off from the Sven. They look straight towards the Earth Spirit. GH is gone. First blood for Dendi. Roger, he's falling low. He's going to go down in response. Liquid do get the 1-for-1 trade. Crystallize has to get out of there. Mind Control giving the rundown with the Iron Shell. Spineko falling low. He'll pop. Kuro turning towards Crystallize. Hasn't got enough control to get him. Crystallize will be escaping. But 2-for-1. Na'Vi did get the first blood, but they lose 2 heroes for it. So overall, the gold swing is going to favor Liquid with the numbers. Only slight.
Only slight. Who got the last hits too? It was Matumba and Miracle, so the cores.
Oh boy.
Lovely. And they only killed GH. So the cores, the kills across the board. And yeah, like I was saying, I think that's just Liquid's game plan. You know, they picked this early game draft with like the Darkseer. They have lots of heals with the Batten and Death Prophet, and then they have this late game potential with the PA always, in case it does get to that point. And PA versus Viper, sure, you can break the blur with the Nether Toxin, but just like the panel was mentioning, you can be pretty mobile as Phantom Assassin, and it's just all about that late game. You jump in, you can just kill the Viper in very little hits if the Viper's not super farmed. So let's see if Na'Vi can actually take it this game, if they can punish enough in the laning phase to not allow Liquid to be the masters that they have been. And it's a Mind Control Darkseer. One of the
classics.
I'd say the best Darkseer as well. Like at the time being, you can't really argue against that. Sure, Universe at one time was, but Mind Control has proved to be that absolute dominant beast on the hero in the latest fashion.
Mind Control. TI winner, best offlaner in the world.
Yep.
It's pretty safe to say, and especially with Liquid's performances since TI, they still certainly stand in that position.
Yeah, it looks like this game they wanted to have like that that pressure that he can put with the multiple melee heroes that they have, and also as well having some trades in the right lane, mid lane. Oh, there we go. GH roll off the mark. Don't think they're gonna get the kill anyway, but they also have the mech carrier to give them that extra sustain for the Death Prophet, since they don't really have that super saver, just the Abaddon, which it's just a 5 Abaddon, which suffers a bit as we've seen in the past. GH sitting mid, trading right clicks, trying to get that level 2 for the stun, while Mind Control is going to get a full free farm lane bottom. It's a bench support. We haven't seen bench support in a long time. It's been playing as core lately.
GH. Sure that Roger's not going to make any sort of movements as stands on the high ground, keeping eyes of him.
He wants to be sure to block Roger from trying to go for those bounty runes.
And he's doing a good job of it.
Yep.
To get himself over, should be able to get at least one of them. Spineko is coming over at the same time with this bottom bounty, and in fact with the eyes and the fact that Roger has managed to move over. It looks like GH with a cute little roll. Look at the
Roger gets in front, the boots.
We get it.
And now GH in some trouble here. They've got a stun as well.
I think he may just be dead. Mind Control's going to come across and help out.
Oh, the jukes though. Mind Control might get a trade kill here, but yeah, he's trapped Roger. Okay.
Oh,
that was pretty sick. GH dies, but for the cause.
Yeah, Mind Control gets the Soul Ring done off the back of that kill. Level 3. I think, as you said, Liquid's going to find him. GH, he's back.
Oh, and he's found Seneko.
Oh, he's back with vengeance. Seneko goes for the TP out. Still level 1 on GH, of course, though, so no stun quite yet. Seneko will escape safely.
Mid lane, Miracle. Roger ports in. Miracle should be all right here. He's going to take a good amount of damage here from the right clicks.
He's got the Siphon if needed.
Yeah.
Indeed, Roger will not pursue. They will now. A second Void, but then they can't quite get close enough in time. Miracle is low, though, and the regen's not there. He's going to have to get a salve sent out to him. So a bit of time where Dendy's going to have full control of the lane. And Miracle trying to get a look in for the XP, but Dendy doing his best to keep Miracle zoned out.
Dendy has a lane ward too, so he sees every time Miracle does step up.
Very nice for Dendy.
Yeah.
Arguably even better than maybe getting the kill, because this is a fair bit of time that Miracle's having to wait for that courier to come in.
Yeah, 17-6 on the Viper to the 10-4 Death Prophet. Navi doing very well across the board in other lanes.
The lines on the general on this top lane. He is getting CS out of this lane. I think, as you said, just that position 5. It's very limited in what can get done.
Bottom, they're putting pressure on Crystallized. He should be just fine. It's still only the level 2 on the Ion Shell, which isn't really the most amount of damage.
A little surprised that the Crystallized didn't turn for the stun there on CIS Spirit.
Yeah.
I felt that surely would have been a killer. Stun into the Magic Missile. He was diving and GH was getting loads of tower hits. But nonetheless, a little scared, I guess, just being very scared of Mind Control's potential with the double Ion Shell.
Nighttime hits. Let's see what Roger can accomplish. Something else we didn't touch on either is, you know, the PA versus the Enchantress matchup in the laning phases can be quite nice for PA if you can close the gap with that extra attack speed, but you get bullied pretty hard right now with those creeps.
Yeah, with the shield, they've got to be careful how far they dive. Healed up as well by the mist coil, and now hang on to Roger. Roger tries to fly away, but the boulder smash is there. Roger cannot escape from this one, and he'll go down. The kill granted to Matumba Man. A failed attempt from Na'Vi turned around by the TP reaction of GH.
Miracle, dropping very low mid. Does have bottle charges, though.
Yeah, this mid lane,
Dendy's doing great.
Very nice. I mean, he's loving playing the Viper against Miracle.
Yeah.
He had a decent lane in game 1, and arguably this matchup is even better here in game 2. Having better time against Miracle than he did against Matumba Man, in fact.
Spotting out Roger. He's got the flight. GH rolls off the mark as well. Roger should be just fine here. But yeah, with the lane ward for Dendy, makes the matchup much easier, and he had a little bit of help too from Roger in that mid lane to start off. But Miracle is absolutely suffering here. Are they going to try for Roger again here? No, he's good at the bottom. I think they may have seen him place that ward there, though. GH now starting to trade some right clicks. And the Shrine is up. They're going to go use that one. Community Shrine. How's Mind Control doing? Still level 4, not quite level 5 hit yet. That's where the damage on the Ion Shell really starts to add up.
Again, around these sort of bounty runes, back up in 30 seconds, and Roger towards GH. Seneko there with the lead in. The Magic Missile, can they get the block off? But no, GH so quick there with the smash and the rollout, making sure that Roger can't get the Void Slow. Very quick reactions there from GH.
All 3 lanes being won by Navi, though. Quite handedly.
Yeah, this is a very impressive beginning for the side. I mean, as I said, in game 1, their lanes didn't go too terribly, other than, of course, the fact that the aggressive tri-lane didn't do much, but the mid lane and bottom lane were all right. But this time, yeah, definitely even better.
Yeah, they drafted for the early game.
Yeah.
That's what they've. That's actually what it just seems that Navi likes to do across the board, no matter what they're playing. GH hasted now, sitting near the mid lane. They've got the Ion Shells coming in. They're bringing Mind Control too. They need this extra damage to bring down Dendy. He's very tanky with those 9 wand charges and Fairy Fire. Don't know if they can go for the dive.
The planet's safe with that ward out, Na'Vi. No, what's up?
Yeah, their sentry actually. It is in range. Actually, it looks like it's not.
I don't think it is.
That one's very close on the border.
I think that's just out.
When you click on the obs ward, it actually, the circle shows like it's outside, but I think it is in range of that option.
I know, it's hard to do. I think with the low ground, high ground as well.
Bottom lane, Mind Control, getting gone on.
Got enough damage with the Void Slow. Oh, yeah, they do. Kuro TP's in, but can't get a spell off in time to save. Top lane, Matsu jumps in onto General. General did get the heal off, though. And with that, yeah, Matumba Man knows he can't really chase it down. Has to respect the heal and the untouchable of the Enchantress. And yeah, this very strong stuff from Na'Vi this opening 7 minutes. No doubt about that at all against Liquid. Some of these lanes, the difference in CS is incredible. 47-13 on their Sven, 28 for 5 on Matumbaman. The mid lane, as we've been saying, is not looking hot at all for Miracle. This is the dream for Na'Vi's lanes.
Great start. They've got to keep it up. They don't have any stacks up yet, so they're not working on like those plans to accelerate the Sven. They're just really paying attention, just having those lanes go as best as possible versus this Liquid lineup that isn't that strong in the lanes with a Abaddon and Earth Spirit as the 2 supports. Not really the 2. Earth Spirit's a great roamer, but Abaddon, that hero just kind of sits back and TPs to try to save people. You can't really get any gank potential. Mind control, spotting out the 2 supports.
Just spot out him. Turn towards him. He's rather beefy on the stuff. He starts here. Now GH trying to play with the reaction. Goes for Seneko. Roger will be able to steal the bounty rune, but there's 3 members of Liquid chasing him down. Can Roger get away from this one? He looks like he will. Crystallizes there with the war cry. And with the threat of the Sven stun, Liquid can't chase down anymore. Back to the mid lane. Dendi looking for the chase down, and Miracle has the siphon. Is it actually going to be enough to keep him alive? He's falling down low. Goes up to the high ground. And will be able to just create the right amount of distance between himself and Dendi to keep himself alive. But as we're seeing, it is getting a bit spooky for Miracle in this mid lane with the strength that this Viper has.
Viper has like almost full 2-level advantage over Miracle. It's level 7 to the almost 6 now on Death Prophet. But okay, so it is in range. We now are confirmed. It looked like it was. It just for a moment.
Yeah, it was weird.
Like it. So it does get the D ward there. And Viper, very slow hero. So yeah, Death Prophet just a bit faster than be able to run away. Now Matu, trying to bring him down bottom with that level 3 Ion Shell. I mean, he's not farming great top, so he just needs to get involved somehow. General's going to be able to pressure that tower top as the Enchantress, and they're looking to get a kill on Night Stalker while the Sven farms in the jungle.
See what Matu can find.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Ready to jump in. Bottom lanes. Say just Roger hiding. He knows that they're on the hunt for him. GH is sweeping behind. They are searching pretty deep, but Roger's keeping himself very nicely hidden. Goes for the TP out. And I tell you what, he's going to make it out just in time. The pings came through. I believe they saw with the Iron Shell reacting to his position, but not quite quick enough with the stun. Nice heads-up TP out from Roger.
Exorcism's online. They want to at least try to get a tower, it seems, with this. Yep, it's popped. They're going for that tier 1 bottom. They need to get something on the board here. They're not getting kills. They're losing all 3 lanes. They need to get some towers to catch themselves back up versus this very early game lineup that Navi has drafted. Crystallize with the Mask of Madness, just full jungling now. Able to get maximum efficiency from that while Dendi pressures the mid lane and General takes top tower. Full drum and treads now on this Enchantress. It's definitely problematic for Liquid.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Nearly level 6. More of that nighttime to play around with, make these moves, especially before Kuro hits the level 6. This Abaddon, as we've been saying, very hard to have an impact early on with the way that these lanes have gone, the matchups that Na'Vi had against Liquid's heroes.
They're really lacking damage on Liquid. They really only have the Exorcism. PA at this point doesn't do like a great amount of deeps. And Darkseer, we're seeing why the hero's not really that strongest. He's level 6 now, finally at the 10-30 minute mark.
Let's see what they can do with this smoke. Matu leading the way.
They need the maximum amount of Ion Shells on everybody. Mind control is super low though, he can't really join the fray. They're looking to go for mid though with these Ion Shells.
Oh, Roger, he's backing up to the tower. Matumbaman jumping in, but he's pretty beefy. The Ion Shell is bringing him down low, but they're just going to look to turn. Matumbaman falling low. He's got to be careful. He has the Aphotic Shield from Kuroki, but Dendi with the wraparound looks towards GH, takes him down. They will lose Matumbaman as Crystallized turns up. Na'Vi not only getting 2, I think they're going to get 3 out of this one. Aphotic Shield not enough to save Kuro. And Na'Vi, they're absolutely crushing this early game. This is some crazy stuff, and Liquid's lineup with that final pick, Matumbaman, PA. You see him moving around the map. He didn't even have the Trez, or it's just sort of the Aquila Blightstone. It's not enough to cut into this lineup of Na'Vi that is just this incredible force at this stage of the game.
They've got extremely durable heroes on the side of Na'Vi. Like Enchantress, Sven, and Viper, all 3 of these very tanky, but then just looking at the supports too, Night Stalker and Vengeful Spirit are pretty tanky beasts too on top.
This PA literally does nothing against the Warcry with the lack of items that Matumbaman has. So those movements are always going to be so risky, and they're very, very high risk, low reward, it feels as well. Trying to move your PA around the map at this stage when already there's a 2K difference between Matuma Man and Crystal Ice.
Yeah, Ion Shell just seems to tickle, and KuroKy can't really get involved. Like, he's in a Abaddon. He's not a team fighting 5, which we usually tend to see KuroKy playing.
I'll look towards Miracle, but not wanting to chase that.
He's the damage. He's the only real damage that they have with the Exorcism. If he's able to actually get it off with any disables.
And they're chasing down Dendi. Na'Vi are moving over. Liquid have to be careful how long they chase this with Seneko there. They could have got to be very wary of this one. They'll swap Kuro back. He does have the 6 now. Borrowed time comes through, but they'll almost certainly chase and control him with the magic missile. Also on the sidelines, General picks off mind control.
He's got a DD on the
Oh
Enchantress.
my goodness, Na'Vi are absolutely doing it here so far in game 2. GH tries to roll away, but General blocks him up. He tries to TP out. He's not gonna make it. General gets the double kill.
It's a disaster. 4 wards on KuroKy. Can't even get them placed down for them to like do anything. They're just, completely getting destroyed by this early game lineup. They have no response.
The Abaddon was a mistake. It just, what does it do?
He's just a healer. The Darkseer doesn't do too much either. Just throws ion shells on people and they don't really do much damage. Everybody's just so durable and tanky. Sven has, well, this is with God Strength pop, 2,000 HP.
Roger's deep. He's ready to kick things off if Na'Vi want to start diving the towers. And Roger's ready to set up. Goes in with a wraparound and just scares Liquid away. So get away from this tier 2. We're taking it. And you can do absolutely F4. They've got a Blade Mail on Dendi now as well. It's very unlikely that Liquid are going to be able to kill this Viper at this stage of the game. They need to somehow get some farm on Matuma Man. But it's so hard with the pace that Na'Vi are playing.
The only way that Liquid can take fights is with 4 heroes and just with the Death Prophet ultimate. Their only damage is Exorcism, honestly. And there's a Sven pick. Like, this Sven pick was actually so beautiful by Na'Vi.
It was a very nice way to finish the draft, yeah.
The Warcry is so good versus both PA and versus Death Prophet, just reducing that damage so heavily. General spots 2 heroes, doesn't care.
They just got to run away from him. There's nothing that Matuma Man and Kuro can do about an Enchantress at this stage. I mean, Matuma, he needs to find that Deso, but this Deso, it's not going to be a quick one.
It's going to be very slow, and they just need they need every ulti. They need like the perfect fight for Liquid to try to come back in this one with Magnetize, with Exorcism. But Navi's getting very tanky. I don't really know if that's going to be even enough once they get all these like big items coming out. Echo Saber finished on top of Mask of Madness now for the Sven. 2,000 life, going for Blink next. As you mentioned, Dendi has Blade Mail already.
I mean, it's getting to the point where Liquid may even have to take a page out of Na'Vi's book and sneak a Roshan with the Exorcism. You know, just get something done. But even that's hard to do. Because Na'Vi, they're sitting in the pit, they're eyeing it up themselves.
Yeah, they're going for it. They have the max untouchable.
And they have God Strength. Yeah, and they've got it under the Arcane Rune as well, so great usage of that by Crystallized. And the thing is as well, I don't think they even care if Liquid know that this is going on, because they know that there's no way that Liquid at this stage of the game can really tackle a 5-on-5.
GH has to try to go for steal, but Roger's already there, notices him, throws the silence out, gets the disable as well. Seneko with the follow-up.
Oh, they might just get the kill. Great swap into the magic missile. GH holds the bat with the stun, does go for the rollout, so it looks like he will live. But indeed, unable to put a stop to that Roshan. Aegis into the hands of Dendi. And 6k Goldie, 15 minutes in. This is, as I said, just looking at how game 1 was and now looking at what we're seeing in game 2, this just feels like a whole different Na'Vi. It's like we saw 2016 Na'Vi last game, now we're seeing 2017 Na'Vi.
Yeah. Liquid with I would call it, I guess you could say, an experimental draft, having the Abaddon. It's really hurting them. Yeah, the only way that they can do this is fighting around Exorcism, and now they're fighting into an Aegis on the Viper, and Sven is absolutely free farming. And he's just gonna continue faster. He farms way faster than a PA at all levels of the game. Matsu's still struggling to try to get that Desolator finished. Only 1 mithril. He's got 1 mithril hammer soon, but full 1,600 gold away from the secondary one. So probably wait for the next Aegis to disappear, and then Liquid, once they get level 12, so the level 2 Exorcism, that might be their only window to go for the fights.
Yeah, definitely. They've got to have no intention of fighting now. What's that? This is in the hands of Dendi.
They're starting to fall too far behind.
They really are. I mean, there's no way for them to keep up with the farm of this Sven.
No.
That's the power of this pick, as we've been talking about.
And they can't get pickoffs at all either. They need to bring so many different heroes to actually kill people because everyone's so tanky, they don't have good damage.
I mean, your best bet is maybe if you find the Venge out on our own, but as it has been, you know, there's no reason for Seneko to wander out like, on his lonesome. He's always going to be with the team. He's arguably the easiest hero to take off if he's on his own.
Yeah, but
that's never happening.
Yeah, they're just grouping around the Viper, especially with an Aegis. There's no point for them to split up. Now Sven's joining as well. And this should be tier 2 quite easily for Na'Vi here. Don't see Liquid contesting it by any means. Just splitting up the map, trying to farm what they can. Mech finished at least on mind control. He's got level 10. Do they have any other big items coming out? Yule's was finished on Miracle a bit ago, but at level 12, at least they'll have damage. GH. Very dangerous position here. Spots out Crystallize. It's out of there. So full defensive wards. You see Liquid's, the wards Liquid has on the map, that's a telltale sign of how they're feeling about the game. They're like, we actually just can't do anything. We just need to farm. Hope Na'Vi makes some slip-ups and come back through that. At the moment, it's really looking grim.
Crystallize. How's he doing? What on the BKB? It was BKB next.
Yeah, Blink, Echo Saber, Mask.
Still away, but
BKB.
Yeah, he's already got those core 3 items that he needs to fight, as we've seen.
Almost doubling up now too. Yeah. Getting closer and closer.
Kuro still struggling towards those arcane boots.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you said, 800, and that Desolator will be there, but it's going to be a big question of how much of a difference that actually makes against Na'Vi's heroes.
Liquid isn't hemorrhaging kills though. Sure, they're getting absolutely smashed in the game, just overall across the map, but they're not like dying and chain feeding by any means. They're just like, they're trying their best to try to recover at this rate versus this insurmountable lead that Na'Vi does have at the moment. Everyone just trying to split push where they can. Miracle gets top tower. Seneko now setting up for him though, and TPs are coming in.
Looking for this chase down. Quick kills from Miracle will buy him some time, and he does have a TP scroll, but he's got to find somewhere safe to use it. Seneko trying to close the gap there as he can't quite find the vision.
They have to keep doing this for a very long time on Liquid. Push the 2 side lanes, force reaction so they don't get their base threatened, and hope for the best that they can actually be able to fight at some point. So Desolator almost complete on PA, but still it's not some kind of like battle fear or anything where he can keep up with the farm of the Sven. He needs to get farm through kills once he does get that with Exorcism from the Death Prophet. And now Guarding Greaves at least finished for Darkseer, so he can remove that silence from the Night Stalker, which will be quite nice, and that armor boost that he'll be able to give to his teammates if they ever want to fight, but it doesn't seem like they still want to fight for a bit.
Miracle, again, picking up the Kaya. It seems every game that we've seen Miracle play, he really likes to prioritize that item.
That adds a lot of damage. Really does. But they're all grouped up now. 4 people bottom for Liquid. Aegis should be getting reclaimed any moment now.
Just playing the farm game, and as you say, this is sort of downtime is best of a bad situation for Liquid, really.
Yeah.
But now
Na'Vi smoked up, they're looking for the fight.
The pain is going to come. Kind of jump can general fine. Smoke is dispelled. They'll see 2. The man goes forward, straight away on the back lines. Crystallize coming in with the stun onto 2. Liquid starting to back off with the borrowed time on Kuro. They get the Exorcism and silence out, but Seneko's there with the sword to buy space for Crystallize to get back. But the man being surrounded. And in fact, yeah, they managed to bring down the Sven. Roger and Dandy turning up to the fight, looking towards Mataman, but the Aphotic Shield will save him. Miracle gets the double kill. They have taken down 2, and Liquid, they do lose GH. We'll see if they lose any more. They are finding Miracle on the sidelines here, and they will finish off the Death Prophet as well. But this, I gotta be, that is a little spooky for Na'Vi. They are ahead by quite some bit, but the trade is 2 for 2. They're losing Crystallize, this Sven, who's massively ahead in net worth, but he still dies in what's an even trade, and if anything, with the way the Liquid were behind, it is a favorable trade for Liquid.
I didn't get to see if he got the war cry off in that fight. I think he actually popped the Mask of Madness, so he had the minus armor being affected, and then he got silenced, so he took maximum damage from the Exorcism there.
I think you're absolutely right.
And this was Liquid with like the perfect situation. They had all 5 heroes already there. Viper had to TP into the fight, and everyone else from Na'Vi kind of trickled in. And even then, it's a 2 for 2, and that's with the Death Prophet with the haste rune on top too. So that's like everything going perfect for Liquid, and it still doesn't look too great. So they still have some time before they can take these head-on engagements versus Na'Vi. Sure.
But it definitely could have been a lot worse for them.
Yes, definitely. This shows
the way the rest of the game has been going.
It shows signs of life. Yeah. You know, it's not like they just fed a 5 for 2 or something. It was 2 for 2, which is definite advantage for them, especially in the experience department. Even though it still shows Na'Vi. Navi's still definitely way ahead in both experience and gold.
Seeing Na'Vi maintaining their lead, not increasing it off the back of that play. Double damage is on Crystallize. Does have good strength back up, but I mean Na'Vi as well with this stage of the game, they are just choosing to farm, which as we said is okay because they have a Sven and he's going to farm a lot quicker than Liquid's heroes. But do you feel that you would like to see Na'Vi be a bit more proactive with their lineup and actually hunt for the fights themselves over Liquid's half of the map? Or is there really no need to do so with the lineup they have?
I think that they're kind of trying. I think Liquid just, you know, with the Ion Shell being put on waves and pushing out the lanes, you see Miracle instantly go to other waves and just start spamming it out. Same thing with Matu. I think Liquid's doing a good job of just holding that off so that Na'Vi can't group up and go for high ground. High ground's also pretty scary always versus a Death Prophet. One bad situation happens and you're like, oh my god, we're versus a Death Prophet PA that just got several kills. So they're being a bit patient, but I think they have to wait for that BKB for the Sven and wait for the Aegis cheese, because that's their big advantage.
Just pretty much got Solar Crest complete. Should be very nice to hand out to Sven in the fight.
Yeah, now BKB's done.
There we have it.
Maybe now they can start threatening. Threaten high ground, force reactions back, and then try to look for something. But no, they actually port back. All the lanes are being shoved in by Liquid again. GH has Blink Dagger on the Earth Spirit for the greater setup and situations here. Matu goes for early plate mail on the PA.
Okay.
Expecting that he's going to go for that AC Basher build.
Yeah?
I feel like I always see Matu just go Deso AC on all this, like, on these physical killers now. Kind of needs to versus Sven as well. And
yeah, the casual plate mail is certainly a value item for now. And Na'Vi smoking up. GH is in a good position to dispel this if they do head towards the east, but they're making a beeline straight past the Roche pit and towards the top lane as it seems.
The haste rune, and Roche is spawning. Well, we'll find out. I hope Roche will spawn now in a minute and 50 seconds.
Quick blink away. Will be fine for now. Na'Vi continue to move. They've got a few seconds left under this smoke. Can they find a jump? Liquid are on the high ground. Dendy Hayes straight up into the midst of it all. Gets held back by a boulder smash, but Liquid not choosing to turn upon him, of course.
No way.
They know that there's going to be more behind him. They're out of there.
They can't take fights unless it's all 5 of them with a instant number advantage. Miracle bottom, trying to split push away. Starts the TP out. Should be able to get out of this too. And continuing just to split the map up as best as possible. Yep. They now have Blink Dagger finished onto Mind Control, and he just keeps Ion Chong pushing out waves. And maybe now this is where they look to try to go for a fight here. It still is very tough for them. But with Soul Booster now finished on Death Prophet 2, they are a bit stronger. And with that Blink Dagger on Mind Control, maybe that's what they're looking for. They're looking for this kind of surprise play. They have good vision of Na'Vi right now, and it is daytime for another 3 minutes.
And they have that beautiful Dream combo between the Earth Spirit and the Dark, see if they can land it. But let's see if they can. GH actually jumps in, Boulder Smash straight away, but here comes the response. Crystallize pods the BKB, gets the stun onto free. Goro has to borrow time. The rest of them trying to get out of there. Self-heals from Miracle, trying to buy some time for himself, but he gets ripped to pieces by the God Strength Sven. Miracle down for 50. Crystallize jumps forward. The Echo Saber slow, holding GH in place, allows Na'Vi to claim a second.
They've run into literally the worst possible hero that they can try to go for there. A Solar Crest Night Stalker.
Yep.
Who is level 14.
You're not taking him down quickly, and
even then, that Liquid felt like that's their power peak there with that Blink being picked up on Mind Control, but now they've expended everything but the Exorcism, and they're in a world of trouble as Na'Vi now goes high ground with that Darkness.
I mean, how's Natsuma doing with his items?
He's still not close to that Basher.
Still not close to it. They've got the Wombo back up. Spirit in 5 seconds.
Yeah, they don't have the wall up, but they still do have Exorcism in the combo, as you mentioned.
I mean, Na'Vi know that Roshan's up, so they can smoke back, play it easy. They can take Rosh.
Yep.
As Na'Vi continue to maintain a beautiful lead here against Liquid in this game too. 26 minutes in 13-6. Na'Vi head into the pit. Do they want to go for it? Does it look like they do? Maybe they're going to feel more content with finding a pickup or at least getting some clearer info on the whereabouts of Liquid before they decide to commit for the rush.
I think wait for nighttime.
Yeah.
They have a minute until it happens. It's not like anything huge will happen. Liquid actually still thinks that they're doing it. They've run in. Maybe Liquid's desperate and they try. Yeah, they might just
do they get away with this one? Liquid's in there with the Ghost. They're bringing it down fast. Na'Vi are definitely going to want to contest this one. Dendy stun is open up to Miracle. Crystallize jumps in, gets stunned. He's already got the God Strength out. Turns towards Russia. Mind Control steals the Aegis, but the damage from Crystallize is too much. Liquid have lost 2. Mind Control drops down the wall, but Miracle, he's surrounded. The Impetus and Staneko bringing him down low. He's got the Siphon buying some time for him, but Crystallize has already picked up the triple. Dendy takes the kill onto Miracle.
This is looking over.
Oh, Mind Control. He does manage to steal the Aegis and get out.
He's so quick on his fingers, always.
We've always seen him do that.
Yesterday we saw him grab all 3, the Shard, the Aegis, and the Cheese. This time around he gets the Aegis, but now Exorcism's down for 90. This should be a simple Rax here for Na'Vi. There's no glyph available either.
But still holding on. But this is getting wildly out of control for the TI winners. Na'Vi, the OG TI winners, doing it here.
They might actually be able to get at least 2 sets here. There's still no Exorcism either. I'd be surprised if they don't just continue this. They're actually backing up and gonna go for Shrines, even though Exorcism is down. I guess because God's Strength's not available, they don't feel as comfortable doing it, but they are definitely very strong here. 16k gold lead, 16k experience lead.
Oh, look at that. What was that net worth? No, the XP graph has like a direct straight line of just... Here we have it again, this Roshan. I mean, Liquid, as you say, a bit of a desperation play. They nearly get away with it, and they do at least manage to deny the Aegis from the hands of Na'Vi, getting it up on Mind Control. And watch Mind Control, he actually gets out of this as well somehow. He falls very low, but sort of an uphill miss there that saved him at the end of it all. Gets him out of it. But yeah, Crystallize at this stage is just so massive. They can't stand anywhere near this Fen. No. He will tear them a new one. Crystallis, and well on the way to the Bloodthorn. Level 19 on Crystallize. Easy peasy game for this Fen, as it seems.
Easy peasy game for Na'Vi. Liquid cannot fight. Exorcism is 15 seconds until it's up, and Na'Vi already forcing down bottom. Full Aghanim Scepter being picked up here on Dendy on the Viper. And he's not level 20 just yet. We'll see if he does. I'm imagining he'll probably choose the Viper Strike DPS and see what's Ag this game.
Yeah, definitely with the Ag.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just going to make Timmerman's life a nightmare.
Yeah, I mean...
Not that it already is in this game. As this PA, this poor old PA.
Everything just going the way of Na'Vi this game.
I mean, look at this easy tower. He's just sitting on the low ground. The ults are up for Liquid. Nighttime is out. It's a hard time for them to find that jump they need. Mind Control's going to try for it. Does manage to get 2 in the wall. Boulder Smash comes out only onto one of them, but Crystallize jumps. He gets the 2-man stun and cuts GH and Miracle down. They turn towards Mind Control. He's popped. The Aegis hits the ground, but Timmerman swallows the trees, trying to desperately fight back against the Warcry, though it's too hard. Crystallize isn't taking any damage at all. He's still full health. GG is called, and dare I say, Na'Vi beating down Liquid, maybe even at least as hard as Liquid beat down Na'Vi in game 1.
Woo! The Abaddon experiment did not work.
No, we won't see that one again.
Darkspear and Abaddon, both these 2 heroes have fallen off, and I think this game might have shown a little bit of reason. I think Na'Vi also, this last pick Sven was absolutely perfect. The Warcry, not only owning PA's damage potential through all those stages, but also very good versus Death Prophet, and they have like everything they want. High burst damage, good disables, strong lanes. What else more can you ask for from Na'Vi?
Absolutely. As you